This thing on? Yep, looks like it. Right. Hey, welcome. This is the International Superstar Soccer 98 Masterclass, otherwise known as ISS98. It was obviously released in 1998 for the 64, so I'm going to go through just some basic stuff to make you better at the game. And then the second half, the first half of the stream will be the masterclass. The second half will be the boring stuff, but you might find it interesting if you want to see just what the hell we're doing behind the scenes to make the game more challenging for ourselves. So we'll go Japan because that's who I play as. I'll show you the formation in more detail a bit later. This is the formation that I've been playing with a similar version of this since the late 90s. Like in Superstar Soccer 64, and we've tweaked the formation over the years to produce this. It's actually a little bit different, the formation, but the way that you play Soccer 64 compared to Soccer 98 actually goes on a different formation. More on that later. Alright, so starting off with, I actually use the D-pad rather than the control stick. So we originally started using the D-pad more out of like controller conservation. But I actually definitely think it's better to play with the D-pad in this game. After, years of trying it. And I've like tried using the control stick. It's fine. But I'm so used to using the D-pad that I find it better. Because of the fact that, you're either running forward like that or you're running sort of straight like that, you get used to that precision of, if I'm holding back, I'm running back. If I hold across, I'm running exactly across. But that's just me. You could still be perfectly good with the control stick, I'm sure. Maybe even better. So, let's do a bit of a corner kick here. And I'll be getting into, the formation and marking and stuff a bit later. I've always sort of jokingly said that, if there's ever if this game becomes competitive or there's some giant tournament, I've sort of screwed us by giving away our strategy. But, that's the risk I'm happy to take, because I'd rather see this game, flourish like it should. Like, I think more people could use it it's a great tournament game. Either casual or more hardcore. I think, 1-on-1 or 2v2. Like for me, 2v2 is where it's at. There's so much more strategy to it. And there's actually way more potential with what you can do with two players. Because you can't do shepherding on your own, which is something we'll get to a bit. So, anyway, basic stuff. A passes like that, to lock onto the nearest guy. Bottom C runs, so that's your stamina. So you got to be careful not to run too much. So it sort of does a dash for like a second or so. So when you're dashing, you can't really steer very well. So it's like you can dash, like go bottom C, steer, dash like that. So yeah, B takes a shot on goal and it sort of locks onto the goal and sort of kicks it roughly there. Obviously, that's not going to work when you've got a goalie there. Corner kicks, use left C for corner kicks. Go about, maybe that was a bit much, but like 2/3, 3/4, more like 3/4. Anyway, let's get to the more critical stuff in a second. Throw it in. So, left C, when you've got the ball, does a chip. And depending on how long you hold left C will be how you chip. This is an excellent way to like get past players. Like you sprint, you do a tiny little left C like that, and if they're chasing you, you can get them off your tail, and then boom, have a shot. Boom, 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 run. Okay, that's the left C thing. I won't even be able to show you everything today because this is, one player. We don't have Dino here today, but, we'll do what we can with a little one-player thing. Most people will play one player anyway. Not that many people will play 2v2. So that's the left C thing. Stamina, yeah. So, this is the big thing. Huddo goals. So, named after Lions ruck player like 10 years ago, Ben Hudson. It's a long story. Ask if you want to know about it. It's interesting. So the sweet spot for kicking a goal, this game has very generous curve physics. You can curve the ball a fair bit after you've kicked it. So the trick to that is you hold Z when you kick it, and you can curve it. So some people almost think this breaks the game a little bit, and it kind of does, but it makes for such exciting plays. So kick it, you hold Z. See, that's if you hold Z too early. Well, you hold Z the whole time, but like if you can curve it ridiculously much when you've kicked it. So the trick is you can curve it past the goalie. I'll do an actual match later to try and sort of simulate it. Yeah, the sweet spot is roughly 25 to 30 meters out. So for me, that's sort of just here-ish on the edge of the box. Sort of near the boundary. And you sort of sprint, kick, curve it in like that. And that brings us to Velfs, which is what that was just then by accident. So you can imagine this in a game. You're having a shot at goal. You purposely hit the bar rather than kick a goal. It rebound, like the goalie's going to completely miss it because he's reading it that he's going to catch it. It's hit the bar, your old mate comes along and boom, runs it in. So that's what a Velf is, which we did this technique by accident. We're trying to win the match, we're like under pressure, taking a Huddo shot like this. That's not a good example. You can also Velf it into the sidebar as well. So if it's a low ground grabber like that, it still works as a Velf. Because the ball's coming in, it bounces off the sidebar, and then old mate, boom, kicks it in. And that's the thing, if you're going for Huddos and you miss, it might be a Velf anyway. So that's a Huddo goal like that. So you're sort of trying to go for that sweet spot of just getting it in, like beside the post, and then worst case scenario, you hit the post. Oh, that was a shocking kick, Cal. Standard. Yeah, worst case scenario, you hit the post, you score a Velf goal. Or, the thing you don't want to do is give them the easy catch. So you either... See, that was just a tiny bit too much curve, but you practice that a little bit, you'll be Huddoing and Velfing in no time. See, shepherding. I can't really show you shepherding in this, but this is something I don't even know if the manual has this. It's just something we've worked out. Say there's two of us, so you play two players against a computer, or two players against another two players. The other teammate can mash bottom C and they'll body block the thing. I don't even know if that's allowed in soccer. It is in probably is, but it's definitely a thing in AFL. So you shepherd them off the ball and it gives your teammate heaps of space. If you watch my other videos, you'll see us doing that in matches all the time. Yeah, if you're new here, yeah, me and Dino are playing through the World League, which is you play every team twice, something like 94 matches. And it's, it's a long ruling thing. That's a sort of example of a Velf then. Huddo. What was I on about? I can't remember. Huddos, Velfs. There we go. That's kind of a Velf. But yeah, me and Dino were playing through the World League as Japan, like one of the worst rated teams in the game, as a challenge. See how we go. Well, so far we haven't lost a game after 40-something games, and we even make it harder for ourselves by putting custom players on the opposition team to make it harder. So I think that's enough of basic movements. If you want to find the soccer videos, just look at my playlists. There's an ISS98, full matches playlist. I don't think I'm the best player in the world, but me and Dino are probably the best duo in the world at this game. Probably because not that many other people are playing it that we know of, but it'd be great to see more people playing it, and I think it'd be a great game for tournaments, competitions. It's fairly easy to pick up once you know the basics. Just the potential this game has, like for 2v2 or 1v1. You could have some pretty high scoring, high exciting games for sure. So, why is this game so great? Let's have a look at, because you can rename every player in the game. And see, we rename the players after, stereotypes about the country or actors or famous people in history. And, you've got, 20 players per team and something like 48, 50 teams. So it adds a lot more character to it. Like, Konami didn't have the license for, the official names, so they had to give them, made up names. But they let you rename them, so you can rename them as anything you want. And it makes it way more interesting than see, look, South Park characters, Banjo-Kazooie characters, Tasmanian characters, things from Russia, people from Russia, Socrates, Pythagoras, Spartacus. You can name them whatever you want, and I think it makes it way more entertaining. This is our team as Japan. Anyway, you get the idea. 48 teams. The menus are quick in this game. The actual gameplay is fast and smooth. Let's get into an open game and totally give away our strategy for how to beat us. Even though you put up enough of videos of us playing, and you'll see our strategy. So we're gonna go Japan. Let's play against a tough team. Let's go Brazil. We're in Brazil. We're not in Europe. Probably scroll past them somehow. Way more stadiums than the original 5 in Superstar Soccer 64. Gary Lyon Stadium. Let's go rain. Evening. There's a difference. Yeah. So, first up, formation. So we have this one here, 3-3-4, which looks like this. So this is such a versatile formation, and it doesn't seem to matter how attacking or how defensive the opponents are. Like this works regardless, because all you change is the marking of the formation. And if you know where your players are going to be, no matter what, it's going to help so much. So you got your full back there, sweeper / fullback, your right back, your left back. So they should cut off any incoming attacks. We call this the layout position, or centre half back if it was AFL. But their job is to be, hey, Simo's here. We've got someone. Someone's watching. The cricket's over. I figured people would be needing something to fill the void. That's what I'm here for. So yes, this position is the layout position. So they pretty much, they're supposed to stop any attacks that come up the guts, and wipe out anyone who's having to run for the forward line. Works a treat. You got your wingers, obviously. So we call this the right Huddo position. That's the left Huddo position, because they're the ones that are going to be having shots on goal or setting up the Velf. So these two are the Velfers, so your full forwards, and one's a bit to the left, one's a bit to the right. So they're going to get the ball on the rebounds to kick a goal. Going to be making some custom players later today. So yeah, 3-3-4. The game gives you heaps of sort of default formations you can give, but yeah, that version of 3-3-4 for me, something that we've played with for years. So let's see. It's an open game, so you don't have to worry about the stamina being bad. So this is our extra trick here. You bring the second goalie on, and they're basically a fourth substitute. So you could play them at full back if you wanted to be safe. We're not so used to Vice being a fullback though. But yeah, the second goalie gives you a fourth sub, because as soon as they're tired, instead of subbing them off, you swap goalies. So what do we got here? Gords, Jaybirds. I won't spend too much time. I'll bore you all if I spend too much time here. Let's just bring Budgie on. Budgie's ridiculous. Simo Senior. We could make a Simo Senior. Simo Senior. So Budgie there on the kick. Jaybirds for Monkey. There we go. I don't want to spend too much time on this. What we do is we give the kicks to the goalie, which sounds silly, but it's so that you've got a designated person who's always, like when you're playing International and World Cup, you'll have a designated person who's always going to take the kick, who's not going to get injured, he's not going to miss games, like theoretically. So then he can win the assist trophy. We'll make him the captain as well. Custom players should be soon. So defense here, like marking, this is critical. It's a bit boring to set up, but once you get used to setting this stuff up, it's quick and easy. So what you can do there, like Lou's on the right side, he's going to mark Alajo. Harold's going to mark Pele. Sakurai, I would leave him loose because he's going to block anybody running up the guts. Cal's going to mark Samba. And Monkey's going to mark Baranko. So if they had if they didn't have so many attacking players in this formation, instead of marking the running forward players, you could mark the defenders. So you can swing either way with this formation. Like, it's a naturally attacking formation, but you've got the option to defend more heavily if you have to. So what we got here is Cass is the left Velf, so he's going to mark Paw, and Hockey's going to mark Arkelros. It is a game theory. So it's how we play. I play GoldenEye the same way I play soccer generally. All attack. It's how the game should be played. Which is also how we play, yes, this game, soccer. It'll be very weird playing without a second person, but I'm doing a very quick sort of run through. What do I need to go do? Huddos and Velfs, I've gone through that. I've gone through formation and marking. So Arse mode is what we call it when we just start laying people out left, right and centre. We've got the hard umpire and then we've got the easy umpire.
Welcome to today's match. Well, it's raining hard here today, but the tension is rising for the game.
The game volume's not loud enough. I hear the Japanese crowd yelling out cheese board. There's no strategy for the toss. Although generally, yeah, you've got left, kickers on your team that are left-footed and kickers that are right-footed. So generally, if you've got a player that you've worked out is better, you might go that way in the first half. So we'll go this way. Very weird playing this one play. Imagine if I lose or play terribly. That'll be such a good version of a masterclass. So I naturally play, all attack. Until we can't, basically. Until the only reason that stops us is when we start getting too many cards. Christ the Redeemer.
Number 20.
So just get the ball and get it up the field. So this is a pretty cheap strategy, but it works if you need it to. You kick the ball out in this vicinity of the field. You usually can shark, grab the throw in there. So there's the little left C chip. Oh, nearly. Like this. Just missed the Huddo there, but see, that was I didn't curve it enough, because that was either just snuck in or grazed the post and gone right to Toki right there, which would have been an easy goal.
We've had 1 minute. Good tackle.
Hit him hard. The crossfield chips work a treat generally. Here we go, Budgie's loose. Like this.
He's looking for an opening.
There you go. Very easy. Or it looks easy once you've got used to it. The Huddo goal. Is it a little bit broken? Yes. Because the computer players don't really use it. But it wouldn't be broken in a 1-on-1 or a 2-on-2 because everybody can do it. I could imagine having unbelievably epic matches like me and Dino with Ben Bullshit and Arrow or Toki or someone who's just good at working these games out. Especially if we, give away our main strategy in videos like this. So we go crossfield. Could have run it up the left side then.
Number 10.
So run it out wide. I wasn't trying to kick it out then, but it happens. Oh, I just realised that I made it to half 7 minutes. I probably won't play the whole game. That might get boring.
The passes are all on target.
See, the great thing, when you wipe them out, say if I knocked him down then, not only are they down a player, and you've got the ball sometime. You do this in their half of the field. You can run in half the field easily. So it's generally worth going the all attack. Budgie's loose in more ways than one. That's true.
And so we return to the match. Players are finding space. Both teams need to keep their concentration. It's a throw-in.
So here we go. You shark it off the throw-in.
It's 2 minutes since the start of the half. They're really getting stuck in. That's a long pass.
I mean, I am playing against Brazil, so at least they're putting up a show.
Japan.
Yeah, you'll have to watch all our actual live streams to see the give Alajo an easy goal, why don't you?
The ball's still in play.
Vice, always good at fullback. Yeah, you'll see the shepherding every match we play. We just know when to do it, generally. And you give each other so much space. And I think that the potential of this game as a 2v2 game, with a few players that know what they're doing, be pretty amazing.
Strong challenges. He's marking his man. Where will he pass the ball next? He's looking for an opening. It's a corner.
Setting myself up to look silly by playing against Brazil, but also we're not the best defensive players in the world at all.
Surely this one, great header.
There we go.
He scored with a header.
Although, how do you defend it?
They tied it.
We're all defense. Or all attack, I mean. And no, bugger all defense. Our defense is don't let the ball get near this half of the field.
Let's take a look at that again.
Bang.
It's a tie.
That was good.
Good pass.
I'm going to get wrecked here,
Chance
aren't
for
I?
a goal here. Good clearance. He passes it on to the right. He touches it on.
Toffee, oh, you read that.
What a nice pass.
See, some people probably think it's easier actually on your own because you know what, like when you're playing with two players, you don't necessarily know exactly what your teammate's going to do, but you know, when you've been playing together for long enough, you do sort of know what each other's going to do. But also,
What tight defense.
the things you can do with two players that you can't do with one player. Mostly shepherding. Shepherding is an absolute game
We're coming
changer.
up to 4 minutes.
Oh,
He's had a crack. A chance for a set play here.
best defense is a great offense. That's what we figure. And usually we can kick 4 or 5 goals before halftime and the game's over. That's our
Surely this
defense.
one. Volley. It's punched away.
I'm not even getting the ball near the other end at this rate.
Nice defending. What about that pass?
Oof.
Keeper's ball.
I've been leaning forward heavily. My quads don't like that.
That's headed back.
Let's go, Cass. Let's do the cheap thing.
He
Kick
didn't
it out
control that very well.
and then
It's a throw into Brazil.
get it off the shot. I think, yeah, I'll just go to half time here and then we'll go to custom players.
Could be a chance here. Super strike.
There we go. That's a budgie goal.
Football. What a noise. Listen to the crowd.
Yeah, you might not see any Velfs in this session, but that's another thing it helps having the second player with.
Let's take another look.
Yeah, get the ball, get it in that sweet spot, about 20-ish metres out. Kick it, curve it. Goalie can't. Turns the goalie inside out. Yeah, let's have a look at that side on. Up close. At full speed. It's just straight to him.
Japan are ahead by 1 goal.
But yeah, check out the shorts on this channel and the soccer playlist for the general gist of
Well played.
shepherding and Velfs.
Good
We're doing it
judgment.
all the time.
Where will he pass
Pretty
the
much
ball
most
next?
good
He passes
highlights
it
come
to
on the
right.
back of someone's done a good shepherd to give them space.
Brazil, some
And it's the
strong
second,
challenges.
the team play
He's kept
is
possession.
part of the
They've
highlight
got a nice
package.
rhythm going. He wants to get rid of this. Number 10.
Oh yeah, the other thing is, yeah, when you don't have the ball, I should have been going through that. Yeah, left C, the slide tackle. It's probably not a good one to go for,
Japan.
is the slide tackle. It's a bit unreliable.
That's bad passing.
But using A and B at the same time, push them over,
He touches it
like
on.
that. As long as you push them over front on, somehow that was front on, but okay, then it's okay. And all of a sudden, they're a man down in their defence. Like, if I got to him in time and he didn't pass that off, Budgie's got an absolute clean go at the goal.
Play resumes.
So that's just the thing. You just got to read it
It's a throw
and
into
do the A-B
Brazil.
tackle front on. Or push over.
With less than a minute. Unbelievable. There's no whistle. They've got a nice rhythm going.
And it's sort of easy to predict when to do it. Like, there's certain players, or sometimes you'll see that they're like that. They're turning around on purpose to
Good
draw
tackle.
a penalty.
He was trying to do too much. Nice.
The other
defending.
tackle is the A tackle, which you'll never get a foul off an A tackle, but they're also the least likely to dispossess them. But you do need to use them
He
sometimes.
touches it on. Surely that had to be a penalty.
Should go the other side.
What sort of performance can we expect? He's stolen it. He touches it on. Tackle. He didn't control that very well. It's a throw into Japan. Well played. Brazil. He won't give it up. Plenty of support from the midfield. It hit the post.
Oof.
It's a corner.
Just over curved it, I would say. Tight angle. Yeah, just curved it a touch too early.
And so we return to the match.
Here comes Miyamoto to take the corner kick. Right, so you press top C here and you can get a look at the different angle. Oh, does it? It doesn't. So there's another thing with two players. The second player can run four players like into the net to make it super more likely to kick a goal. So that's another reason why you can do more advanced shit with two players. But anyway, the sweet spot is about that angle at 80%, 90%? No, like 80. That wasn't enough.
Great header. We're into injury time.
Once you sort of get that, you're scoring off corners most of the time.
That was a bad pass. It's a throw into Brazil.
Let's go Tocky.
Could be a chance here. Nice save.
Oh, he was onto that.
He heads it on. Well played. Good pass. He passes it on to the right. No fouls being given. They're really getting stuck in. Japan. That was a bad pass. It's a throw into.
Yeah, so I'll get out of this. We'll do custom players straight after half time.
He won't get it up.
So close.
The crowd aren't happy with that one. Nobody in support. Unbelievable. There's no whistle. He passes it to the left. Number 20. Good tackle.
So I had to do this sort of soccer session at some point anyway, do the boring stuff of moving the custom players and setting up the next 6 games pretty much. So I might as well do this video while I'm at it. For those who have watched our soccer videos and are sort of intrigued by what the hell are we doing? This video is my attempt at explaining what the hell we're doing. How about that for him? Budgie hat-trick. Budgie's having a good day.
Let's take another look.
So there's the sweet spot. You know, you're roughly 25 meters out near the boundary. Kick it, hold Z, start curving it, boom, in it goes. And if it didn't hit if the goalie, if we curved it into the pole there, old mate was right there, number 25. He's right there to get the rebound and kick a goal. So either way, you're kicking a goal.
Japan lead by 2 goals.
Alright, I'll leave it at that. So we're going to do the custom players and stuff. So that's pretty much it for the masterclass side of things. How do I accidentally go play again? I did too. I've quit out of it. If there's anything else in this game you want me to sort of cover, you know, in a future video or whatever, let me know. always keen to help people with this game, get more people playing it. It's an excellent game. So this is the other thing the game is great for, is custom players. It gives you 3 pages of custom players, and generally they'll be better than non-customs. So if you want to make your teams even stronger, but then what we've done is we've made the opponents even stronger. And you can see although I'm using renames of names, and also there is a someone who's seen me. So this is a boring part. It's just me pulling the custom players off the teams we've played against recently. So we're putting 10 custom players on each team that we play against. Because we were, when it gets to the point where you're winning a little bit too easy, you're like, okay, we've got to up the challenge level. And that's what we've done. I think the challenge level is sort of right in the sweet spot now. Like, we're not destroying teams so much anymore. We're winning, but we're not dominating in the last. If you watch the last, 6 to 10 games, I think even, we're not blowing teams away anymore. Probably the big thing why the challenge has gone up so much is all our suspensions. Like, the way we play has really kind of cost us a lot of suspensions, so we've had to try and tone that down a little bit. So yeah, stay tuned this year as me and Dino will continue the push through the World League. We're undefeated so far, but we're certainly not dominating anymore. So it'll be interesting to see if we can keep it up, as well as, keep our players up on the goal kicking lists. Then it'll be fun to see about international cups too. What else is coming up this year? Hopefully BPAC has the Goldeneye Mario Kart tournaments again. They've had them the last 2 years running, so that'll be a highlight if it happens, for sure. Yes, you can see that we had a team of Nickelodeon characters. You had SpongeBob and Ren and Stimpy. So this is intentionally they'll set it up front, but people might be interested in it. Right. Time to make some custom players. I've been wanting to make this guy for a while. I think he's a forward. I don't know if he can be anything but a forward, but someone tell me if you think he fits in another position. The man of the moment, the player of the series, Boomerang. Now, it's only got 11 pages of 8 heads per page, so you're never going to get someone who looks exactly like you. The best you're going to get is a bearded guy. It's not any of them. None of them have the bald beard. So you've just got to sort of get the closest rough guess that you can get. I guess that if anybody thinks there's another one that's closer, let me know, but I don't have the full beard, but that'll do. I looked up his height, it's 178 centimeters. Seems taller. So he's a white armor. I mean, we've already got enough forwards, so we don't need more forwards, but I just can't see him as anything else. I think he's got 99 dash, honestly. And scoring and shooting. Oh, shooting is power. Scoring is accuracy. 99 power, 99 dash. His curve counts as swing. So I guess he's got some curve. It's gonna need more stats. So we probably need to make another So that's the thing with custom players, is the amount it gives you is random. So you've got to sort of do it multiple times to get the right amount. Oh, the GoldenEye and Mario Kart tournaments. Well, they're not here. They're at a venue. They did stream it the first year, for sure. I don't know if I'd be able to bring a laptop along and maybe stream a. But if those tournaments are happening, I'll be doing whatever we can do to bring it to the people. And I'm hoping just by doing these streams, talking about the games, talking about the tournaments, drums up a bit of enthusiasm, and maybe a couple more people will sign up. I still think potentially GoldenEye hasn't even hit its peak as a multiplayer game, because I don't know, everyone's a bit all in on the speedrunning side of thing, and it's like, for me, multiplayer is where it's at. That's good enough for Boomerang. This is what we do, by the way, is all these custom players, not many of them were made on the first go. Like, you've got to have multiple goes at it to get them at a level. There will definitely be GoldenEye and Mario Kart warm-up streams for sure. Like, in the month or two beforehand, we'll be doing as much as we can to make sure we hit peak form at the right time. So I haven't entered a GoldenEye tournament and not won it. 3 from 3 so far. I'm probably the best GoldenEye player in Brisbane, or second best at worst. I am beatable, definitely. Definitely beatable. Pretty much every year, like, there'll be a match where I don't win. Like, my high attack game style means I can be sort of beat. Gives everyone a chance. And if you play a similar high attack kind of thing, you're a good shot yourself. Man, it's not giving me a good boomerang. Maybe he should be something other than a pure forward. Do you think a defender forward? Midfielder forward? Is it going to give us a good boomerang? Asian old school multiplayer game. Is that a typo? Let's just try him as a defender forward, because we do need more defense. We've already got enough forwards. Although it would be so weird seeing him as a defender. Yeah, this one will be pretty good. Generally, you always want your stamina to be 90 plus. Generally. We pretty much get every bit of stamina out of our players. I don't think that's going to be good. Oh, 4 skills though. What's he got? If you convert his cricket skills into soccer skills, what would you say he's got? The volley, sliding, middle of long. It's not good enough. I don't know, and he's going to have to replace someone. What word were you actually going for there, Sim? Although I somehow thought that there's some meaning. Yeah, this is the thing with making custom players. It can get a bit dull if you've got to constantly remake them and remake them, but then when you do get the one that hits the stats that you wanted, you get pretty pumped. This one's not going to. It's probably almost good enough. How good is that compared to other forwards? Not quite good. We've got some 84s and 85s. I don't know who he's going to replace. I think I got rid of all the boring names, so it's going to be hard to... I don't even know who to go over to. I'm going to have Lady Gaga to give it a match. He's got kind of not the best stats so far that we could replace. Man, that Dusty needs to be better. Maybe you can replace Dusty for now. Just temporarily. I'll be making a better Dusty in the future. Oh, and yes. An old school multiplayer game, yes. Not an Asian old school multiplayer. Autocorrect is kind of whack. I'm gonna say. Comes up with the most ridiculous things. Things that you don't ask for. Not good enough. Yeah, I think I'm going to make him as a midfielder forward. Multi-layer instead of multiplayer. Boom. Worthy player of the series for sure. I think it made today's session a bit anticlimactic that, you know, the best player wasn't there to bowl when needed, because that would have made for, if they won but they had to survive Bournemouth, that would have made the win all the more memorable. But not to be. He spoke very well in the press conference. 99 dash to 99 power. I think that's how I describe his bowling. This one's going to be good enough, I reckon. I've got the feeling. So, what do we reckon? Long middle. I still don't even know what some of... I know what some of them do. It's pretty obvious, but... I'm going to say through because he goes through people. Like, you wouldn't believe it. 84. He's only just as good as Dusty, but... I'm going to go with that. That'll do for now. Too many rehydrations. It happens. It happens. So we've made our Bournemouth. Now, let's do the boring thing. I have to get out my schedule of games. I can't even remember where we're up to. Dino's probably like mad going, it's this game, I remember. So let's have a look. And actually, I'll go through the stats while I'm here, actually. So we're up to Holland. Right. So, hang on, I've got the actual full schedule. I should have pen and papered it instead of putting it on the phone, because it makes it so much slower for me to go through the thing and find it. So, was it Denmark? I already forgot. Or was it Holland? This is ripping footage for people. It's Holland. Holland, France, Uruguay, Sweden, and then we're actually onto the... So we were only 4 games short of reaching the halfway point. So Holland, France, Uruguay, Sweden for starters. sounding like I've been rehydrated too many times. Holland. So, what do I have to do? I need to make sure they're all renamed. So, edit player name. So we go to Holland. Almost certain that they've been done. They have been done. So it's... They could do with some more interesting names, but they've got pretty good names. They've got the De Buoy, and the Dog Garage. That name there is not a custom. That was one of the names that the game gave, Dog Garage. So of course we made Dog Garage. Huddos. What? That surely was not an actual name. But I'm guessing there was a name that it was like probably one letter difference, and we changed it to Wink. And then some classic smashes: Blue, Josiah, Dorks, Schneider and Robin, national heroes. So anyway, Holland's good. France is good. I don't even need to look at France. I know they're good. Uruguay and Sweden, they're gonna probably be good. Certain I've done. We've done that. Yep. Dono's done this team. It's the comic book characters. And Nontedo, which is also a non-custom name. Bob Senior, Dino Senior. The only thing now with more custom players is I don't know who to replace them with. They could be renames. They could certainly be renames. They could put him on the bench of Paraguay. Might even do that. Sweden. Uruguay and Sweden. Hang on, aren't they the start? No, they're the end. Funnily enough, that this... Our arch nemesis in Soccer 64 was Sweden, and they were the first team we played, and we only had a draw against them, and they're the last team we play in this cup. So Sweden is Star Wars characters because SW for Sweden is SW for Star Wars, so they've been done. I don't think we need to do any renames, but I'll take Simo's suggestions and put the seniors on the bench of a team that we'll probably never see, but you know, and obviously Denmark and Germany are done, so I don't need to rename any teams, which is good because that would be a bit boring. How about we'll be on the bench of the Bridport classic players team. Probably never see us because we're bench players. Just like we would be in... Hang on, how do I spell it? Bob Seaman. It's not gonna fit. How do I fit it? In the UK side? No, UK's full. The three of us should be on the same bench. Feel. SNO. The England team has too many good names already. Like Crumpets, Posh Bias. Simo Senior. We had one of the characters was like oh, SR, of course. Yeah, so we had like Gary Ablett Senior, and then we had the Argentinian version of him, I think it was, which was Gary Ablett Senior. SN or SR? There we go. There you go. Bob Senior, Diamond Seniors, Dom Simba Senior on the Bulgarian bench, which you won't get to see because they'll get replaced by custom players. But you know, also, if anybody wants a copy of our soccer data, I can upload it and send it to people. I got an EverDrive not to play mods or games I don't have. I got it purely for memory card backing up. And then the mods is a bonus, like being able to play Perfect Dark with Mario characters. And plenty of other cool mods at that. Alright, so now we do the boring thing. We put the custom players on the teams. I told everyone it would be boring off the bat, but you know, this is what we have to do to give ourselves a challenge. So there's Holland. So we go to Holland. And you either replace the unnamed players or the least, whoever's got the worst stats generally, or the names that aren't as interesting. Which dog garage do I get rid of? I'll get rid of the fake dog garage. Actually, no, hang on. You got to put the goalie in the goalie, or they actually won't play. Let's go stats. So 77. We'll go. Anybody who's below 70 is going to get replaced. Or below 80, I mean. Unless they've got an excellent name. Boy's got a good name, but you got the other Boy, so. Because of that. Well, and these names are great. Fake dog garage. Oi, we got a dino. Mo Purcell. I don't know. We'll have to do one. We'll have to put Mo Purcell for sure. Because that's Monkey Senior. Honk. I don't want to replace Honk, but we're below 80, so to draw the line somewhere. Might as well replace the second goalie because they're not going to play him. Yep, I guess 80s and 81s have to go. Wanker. I'll do Mo Purcell after removal players. So Holland was first. Told everyone up front this would be boring, but you know, maybe something interesting will come out of it, such as making Mo Purcell. France with their Grand Cannon in Red Alert 2. Or Hattie. Rondudu's a great name, but Jesus is better. Jim Carrey, hang on. What's Yuri doing over there? Well, Canada hasn't been renamed, but we played against them. Oh, I renamed the main team at least. I've confused myself. I went from France to Canada because I didn't pull Yuri off the bench. Yep, so anybody less than 80 I'll replace. Of course, I want Tarrant for no more less than 80s. Yep, Riot. French Riot. Beret. So I guess it's going to be, yeah, 81s and below are going to go. That's it. Poodle is fat. He was at level 89. I don't want this Poodle. Mexico, Chanel, Napoleon, Nicola, and Rouge. I do get amused by our own names. Elvis replaces Cheese. Beret. Gannon replaces a Beret. Sometimes you got to replace the pure forwards, otherwise they won't get played. So I'm gonna replace Coco Chanel and Moulin Rouge. Hitler replaced Moulin Rouge. I wonder if that happened. Might have actually happened. Someone who knows that history should let us know. Oh no. That's it. Are you removing your own messages, Simo, or does YouTube go? Oh, that's bad. Because I see them every now and then. What the hell's going on? Right, so we've done France. We've got someone else next. Used to be able to remember it better than it. So I need the pen and paper version instead of on the phone. Uruguay and Sweden. This makes it look way too tedious to set up. You know, it's probably almost challenging enough without custom players with the amount of suspensions we've got. Right, Uruguay. Let's replace the goalie, regardless of how good the goalie is, because we've put the stats where it counts. Let's go, yep. First, start with 80s and below. Peaks. The balding Robin. Why does that amuse me? Oh, okay. I want to keep the balding Robin because it's so amusing. Right, on to the next team, which was like, I'm going to remember. I didn't remember. Sweden. This will be the halfway game when we get to it. Sweden, where are you? They're in Europe, obviously. Sweden. So, Source replaces Yoda. Or I'm going to leave Yoda there because Source can replace IKEA. And Andrews, so we'll do the same thing. 80s and below get replaced. Dozer replaces Jar Jar. That was a great version of Star Wars. Bombra. Bombra replaces Lando. In the remake. Huddos is a bit of a Qui-Gon. Charlie Cameron replaces Mace Windu. There we go. So just two more teams, and we're back to the start. Denmark and Germany. I remember those games. I think the Denmark game was those two games are like standalone matches. Back when we were doing that. Denmark and Germany. Denmark. Bet they're back the other way around. Yep. There we are. Denmark. Oh, the Seinfelds and the what do you call it? Sitcom characters. Chuka replaces Larry David. Simo replaces Daphne. A weird remake of Frasier. Arrow for Roll, Slikesy for Chachi. Slikesy is more popular. Mr. Searle's not around now. Big Joe for Fonzie. Oh, Buddy Franklin for Fonzie. No, Fonzie can stay. Well, Bulldog, 74. That's shocking. Budget for the clown-headed budget. And Germany. Yes, Simo has been replacing some. You're on the Denmark bench. You'll probably get a game in the second session of the year. Just Germany to go. Right. James replaces the Berlin Wall. See what we did there. Dean for Yen. Oh, these names aren't even fully renamed. How disappointing. Wacom for Gabel. I think maybe we could do a few renames just towards the end here. Not like we're doing anything else. We need a Huddos for Schnitzel. Schnitzel's at 89. I can't replace him. Merkel can be replaced though. Wayne Carey for Karl Marx. One's okay. Geez, look at them. They're all well above 80. No. Guess it's got to be Yuri Self. Einstein. Wow, these players, there's such a good team for a reason. Arse for Bratwurst. Oh, Mr. Searle is a volunteer paramedic now. Hey, that's cool. I can definitely see that. Lady Gaga will replace... I don't want to replace Einstein, but I'm going to have to. Lady Gaga and Einstein are two completely different people. One's a person who come up with some crazy theory. I don't know. Edit player name. So, there's the other thing with this game is you can put the numbers on everybody. And our original copy of 98 was like every number was like carefully thought through with player, so that their number matched the player. I've done it a bit in this game. So, where is Mo Purcell gonna go? Be on a bench. Norway. It's not a JB. I'm gonna make a non-custom formula for this team. Yeah. Can be Bournemouth. This is the team of JB. If there's any JB name, famous JBs you can think of that we haven't put in this team, let me know now. I think it was just the running joke is there's a lot of memorable JBs. Like, have a look at this team. Jim Beam, Jim Bacon, Jack Black. If you have Jack Black, you gotta have Jack White. James Bogue, Jesse Blackwell, John Burke, Jonathan Brown, James Bond, Joe Biden, Joe Barnes, Justin Bieber, and now Jasper Bournemouth. So many JBs. Anytime if you come up with a JB that isn't on this team, let me know. We'll have the full list of JBs. For no reason I'm going to put Mo Purcell here as well. OP, M Purcell. Let's just see how it fits. No. M Purcell. No, Mo P. James Blunt, of course. Of course. James Brayshaw? How did we not have James Brayshaw? Oh my god. They even call him JB in commentary. Unbelievably. Unbelievably. James Blunt. How do I fit James Blunt into 8 letters? J Blunt? We'll have to what it means. Let's put a space this time. No, I didn't need to put a space this time. Oh, well, what a done it. Oh, hang on. Can you do that? Yes, you can. H close. Do we replace the close? Yeah, we do. Thing is, Brayshaw almost had a, I'll have to do one of my bastardized versions of the name. It's HW. There we go. James Brayshaw. There we go. Now we've got James Brayshaw, James Blunt, Jasper Bullman, and Mo Purcell on the Norway bench. So that's pretty good. That's pretty solid. So I think that's enough renames for now. Yeah, yes, let me know. I'm gonna give our old mate Boomer a little test in an open game. Crap, which team did I put him on? He replaced Dusty. He's on the Star Wars team, almost certain. Yeah, and he's on Sweden. So, quick little open game to end the session and give Boomer a test. But now, yeah, pretty much the memory card's all set up for our first soccer session of the year. Send the backup to Dino for whatever it's worth, but it's always good to throw backups around. Oh, it's not surprising, but like the file size of these soccer, like of 64 game data, is so tiny. It's like in the kilobytes. So it costs no space to back up this stuff. I'm so glad I got the EverDrive and that I've like the perfect dark data being backed up, because that was always a worry that you lose 20 plus years of data. That would be very sad. Sweden, Sweden, Sweden. There they are. So you see with the data, you can press, what is it, top C to turn it off. So with they're what, 72, 67, and with a 7 in total without data. Their defense actually gets worse with their data, that's because the players were replaced. But their total jumps up by 12 with custom players. Who should I play against? Brazil? We already did Brazil. Would it be so weird to play against Japan? Who's got funny names that we could play against? Otherwise, might go Japan. It'll just be so trippy. What else is challenging? Germany and France are already coming up. Italy's tough. Let's go Italy. One of the all-time greats. What stadium? St. Denis Cometti Stadium. Let's go snow because you never see it. So, formation. You can. Yeah, a few kilobytes. It's amazing. All these memories of the soccer data, or the perfect dark soccer. It's so sad when you lose data that you've put like hundreds of hours into. I remember losing like my GameCube data. Oh, this is so weird not seeing our own team. Yeah, let's be broken and bring on custom players. going to be broken as hell. Me and Dono haven't played with like customs on our team such a long time. Just casual, pink-headed Gary Outlook. We'll put Bumrah, or should he be a Velfs, or should he be the goal kicker? What do you think? I forgot that I had some of these players in the actual defenders in the defence. The two defenders that I've put on the field. Saad back Andrew. BT swap Gary Ablett. Or Huddo in the Huddo. Huddo on the wing. See Darth Maul playing the layout position. Although casual level 90 Gary Ablett on the wing. Bumrah. I'll give him one dash 99 shot. There we go. Kept the Bumrah. Loose sauce, Saad on Mario, Mac Andrew on Carboni. Oh, loose Darth Maul. I'm gonna go loose. Huddo on Marco Polo. Gary Ablett on Passaru. Bumrah loose. Charlie Cameron loose. BT, Lamar, Mussolini, Chewbacca, Lamar, Pabby. So we got Pabby, Luigi, Da Vinci, Graziano, the captain Mussolini running up the guts, Italia64, legendary forum member of Nintendo 64 forever. He's riding the ball. Passaru, Marco Polo. Yep, Carboni and Mario. You just get the gist. Let's get into it. I didn't need to go through the teams. You know the score. Oh, Sweden in their weird ass Australia rip-off costume.
Hello everybody, I'm Tony Gubber. Welcome to today's match. The clouds threaten snow, but the atmosphere is building for today's match between Sweden and Italy.
Just needs a bit more of a thicker beard to be the proper Bumrah.
You join us as the first half gets underway.
The golden ball.
He passes it forward. That's headed back.
You're gonna at least get a goal with it.
Well played.
Oh, here we go.
He's looking for an opening. It's in.
Oh my god. Kicking the ball with a 99-pound player when you're used to playing as Japan. Bumrah in 15 seconds.
Let's take another look.
It's probably a lot of batsmen's innings against him. Boom, right. Yeah, snow looks good. You don't see it enough. We're actually at the point of the year, like in the season, and the players are so tall because they're all custom and they're like AFL players. Because it goes off actual time of year, so in the game it's December. Like it was pretty cool when the time in the game was matched up to the actual time. You know, like every match you play will be like, you know, 3rd of December or whatever.
What a nice pass. Surely that had to be a penalty. He didn't control that very well. It's a throw into Italy.
That was shorter than I would have thought,
They're passing well.
which is just normal height.
He's stolen
You always
it.
just think
He
that
won't give it up.
fast bowlers are tall.
Number 5. Will something come from this? That's headed back. He heads it on. We've had 1 minute.
This is the cool thing with the being able to rename players and make customs is people can come along, like this game's released in '98, and people can come along that suddenly become celebrities or they become an excellent sportsman, sports player or whatever, and you just make them as a custom player, like whoever you want that's currently in the go. Like, look at this, that 99 dash. It's ridiculous. Such a luxury when we've been playing as Japan. But that's the challenge. It's got too easy for us playing as customs, or even playing it. Over time, like we used to play we'd play 2 or 3 customs, and then that got too easy, so it came down to 1 custom. It was always Chuka.
Nobody in support. Great ball. Goal!
Oof.
And that changes everything. The scores are even.
Yeah. And it's quite a thing to go through the whole season.
Let's take a look at that again.
And the second half of the season, I think, is going to be rough. Like, our suspensions are already pretty racking up. Like, we've had to adjust our game style because we've,
It's 2 minutes.
pretty much most games we've been playing for the last 5 or 10 matches, we don't even have a full bench to play with.
He passes it on to the right.
Bournemouth's playing in the budgie position.
That's headed back. The crowd aren't happy with that one. It'll be hard to guess the outcome of this match.
Di Mario. Should have gone for a run. I had Saab.
That very well. It's a throw into Italy. They're passing well. That's a foul.
The sound's not working. Do I need to play with the cables again? Feels wrong without this game being super loud.
The referee's giving him a yellow card.
Oh, that was Bournemouth. Getting a yellow card already.
Some strong challenges.
Nice. Let's go, Darth Maul.
3 minutes of it.
Oh, sets it up for Bournemouth.
He's looking for an opening. It hit the post.
Too much
Well
curve.
taken. He heads it on. Back pass.
Oh. But thankfully, because it's snow.
That's headed back. It's a throw into Italy.
It's like budgie with stamina.
Will something come from this? Clearly a foul.
It's pretty blatant. Very blatant. Me, I'm Huddos.
The referee's giving him a yellow card.
I'm the coach at the Lions now. Oh.
He heads it on. He passes it forward. Well played. Oh, bad luck. Good clearance.
Man, that Andrew is huge.
Number 16. We're coming up to 4 minutes. That was a bad pass. It's a throw into Italy.
So yeah, I'll end this pretty soon. Might try and just get another goal or 2.
Players are finding space.
Upcoming games
It's a throw
in
in.
the coming weeks or so. Lilac Wars is definitely going to get a go. Turok and Jet Force Gemini I'm definitely considering doing, or they're coming up soon. Just what order, I'm not
Headed
sure.
back. He heads it on.
Finish off Snowboard Kids, but yeah, I'm very keen for Turok Jet Force Gemini. Gonna have to do
Now the game becomes interesting.
Glass Corps, Diddy Kong Racing, all the classics. That time Mussolini stopped in there.
Good possession. A chance for a goal here.
It's tricky Mario.
Nice save.
Yoda's there though.
We're 5 minutes into this match.
Come on, boy.
Could be a chance here. Deflection. It's a throw.
Mussolini's wearing him like a glove. Kick a Huddo.
Good dummy. Super strike. That's in.
There's a good Huddo goal by Huddo. Or more excited by 64. I just wish I was a bit better at it. The game looks so much better when you're good at it. Feels like one of those things where it's like if you play bad, you make the game look bad.
Let's take a look at that again.
But I'll give it another whirl at some point. It's worthy.
Sweden are ahead by one goal.
One of the Movie Maker shorts like really popped off yesterday. Giant Rat's Revenge.
Number 34.
Like one of those ones that gets like 400 views and 20 likes out of nowhere. But who doesn't want to see a giant rat get shot by a dog? So yeah, Turok and Jet Force for sure.
There's a good chance of a goal from here.
I mean, there's some of the GoldenEye mods I've got to give a whirl, like the enemy rockets cheat. Not the cheat, like not our classic challenge, but it's a proper one. There's one where the enemies have random weapons. I gave that a short test, and that seems very entertaining and challenging too. Like it could be a good way to warm up for the GoldenEye tournament. Oh, he read it. Mussolini's all over Bulma. Hell, the occasional Wii Sports Resort session going. I've got Bulma, but
Super strike. He scored.
wow, that's such a novelty kicking with a player there. Yes, that famous Swedish national player, I wonder. It's just a good example of how to helps when you're a player with 99 power.
Sweden lead by two goals. They're passing well. Tackle. Good effort. Italy. Clearly a foul.
Yeah, that's a red card. And that's how I'll end the session, I think. 18. That's not his number. It's 93.
He's off.
Alright, well, thanks for watching. We'll do it all again another day with a different game. Oh, the thing went away. And it's back.